Are you guys our fourth storyteller tonight? Let's hear it for Gretchen, everybody. Here comes Gretchen. Hey.
I have learned to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on the piano, on the trombone, on the violin, on the cello, on the baritone, and on the upright bass. Because that's where you start. On all of those instruments, you have to start with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I started playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star when I was 5. My mother thought that something that was missing for her was a musical education, and I was interested in it, and my parents somehow found the money to buy me a piano. A 5-year-old, a real piano. This is not a toy. Still have it. It's a very nice piano. Keep it in tune twice a year. Maintain your pianos. But back to my story. When I was 8, the all-parochial youth band came and played at my school. And I was pretty determined that I was going to do that as well. And this is where I played the instrument that saved my life in the end, which was the trombone. I wanted to play the flute, which I now think would have been a really stupid decision. It was very short-sighted. Not as bad as the saxophone, but still. But we had spent all the money on the piano and the piano lessons. But my father, in 1948, had played the trombone for a few months, and it was downstairs, under the cupboard, under the stairs. And that, just like Harry Potter, emerged from magic. Because if that hadn't happened, that accident of taking up the trombone, I never would have met my husband. I actually quit the trombone twice because I really wanted to concentrate on the violin. But I had this amazing high school band teacher in orchestra that said, you should take up the trombone. And I was like, well, Carlos Carvajal plays the trombone, so that sounds like a good idea. And I really enjoyed playing in pep band. So I was encouraged to join the Denver Citywide Marching Band. Denver had 10 high schools, and there was only enough money and enough interest in order to have one marching band for all 10 schools. And thank goodness, because I went to North, my husband went to TJ. And that is how we met. Lined up at the state fair, 2 by 2, ready to go on, and the play on the band shell. He had been on the road with the Drum and Bugle Corps all summer. I had been involved with a 3-week-long debate camp, as well as marching band and summer orchestra. Maybe some swimming in there too, possibly, I don't know. And it was funny because it was 1986 and we were talking about Top Gun. That was our first conversation. And we did the hand slap thing. I feel the need for speed. But the way it saved my life was, well, we broke up and then we got back together and it was just a fling, and I was going to college in Minnesota and he was going to CU, and we didn't make it exclusive, but we suddenly just kind of decided we didn't really want to see other people. And what started happening is I started getting really, really sick. And having a disease that starts out with really horrible diarrhea and being in a drum and bugle corps on the road with buses where they padlocked the bathroom. My husband was there, so he saw it from the very beginning when I was 19. And I got sicker and sicker and sicker. Couldn't march in drum corps the next summer. And found out my senior year in college that I had ulcerative colitis. And I made the phone call to let him know I have a disease. It's chronic. It's never going to get better. And this young man who had just turned 22 years old, he thought for a minute, okay, could I live with somebody for the rest of my life who has a chronic illness? And once he decided, yeah, I could do with that, he realized he was ready to get married. And I managed to make it home, and my family had a joke, which was called Walk the Gretchen, because when you're recovering from the hospital, that's really important. And I lived on Inspiration Point in North Denver, and we went up there, and we were just walking, and he pulls out the ring. And I said, no, you can't ask me right now to marry you, because you're supposed to wait till I'm better, and we can go to a fancy restaurant and put the ring in the champagne glass so I can choke on it. And he said, it says in sickness or in health, so what better time to ask you than when you're sick? And I've been crying a lot lately because he's been playing this song we played in drum and bugle corps by Leonard Bernstein, and it's called I Go On. And it's beautiful. He plays beautifully. I can never play the trombone as beautifully as he does. And it makes me cry because that's our song. 24 years of that. And it's just the most beautiful thing. Thank you.